So does your spouse have to apply for citizenship after receiving a green card, or can they just stay a permanent resident forever? Great question. I know we're always talking about, okay, when can you apply for citizenship? How long is it going to take? What are the eligibility requirements? But, do you have to do that? That's a great question that someone had. And you don't have to. There are people who actually stay permanent residents for a lifetime. And basically, they get their green card. If it was a 2-year conditional green card, they still have to go through removal of conditions to get a 10-year green card. But at that point, they could just renew, every 10 years indefinitely for as long as they live in the US or for the rest of their lives. There are some drawbacks to doing that, and there may be some advantages to doing that depending on your specific case. So typically we recommend that if people are eligible to become citizens, they do that because being a citizen is much more secure legally. It's much less likely that they could change the rules, that they could, I say they, like Congress, the US Congress, in a moment of kind of political frenzy or anti-immigrant activity, the rules about who has a green card can be changed, and you could lose it much more easily than you could if you formally became a US citizen, which is very, 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 very rare to be able to remove the status of being a US citizen. So that's one of the main reasons why people do that. You can also have certain criminal activity that, some people may consider it to be not super extreme. You don't have to like kill someone, but you could have some kind of criminal activity that potentially causes you to lose your green card. So sometimes we see people who just had a green card for 30 years and then they got involved in something and they actually still got deported. So you can still get deported if you have a green card. So being a US citizen protects against that as well. So that's why as lawyers, we tend to just be trying to get people to formalize it. So why would, in some cases, you want to just stay a permanent resident? The main reason people do that is if they're from a country that does not permit them to hold dual US citizenship. So say you are a citizen of China or a citizen of India or something. There are different countries in the world where they aren't going to let you hold 2 passports at once. There's some feature of their law that prevents that from happening. But there are a lot of other countries in the world that are perfectly fine with you acquiring US citizenship and continuing to also maintain your other citizenship. So that would be the main question I always ask people if they're considering just staying a green card holder indefinitely would be, what would be the advantage of staying a green card holder indefinitely? And if there really isn't an advantage to that, then it's usually best to just become a US citizen so that you always have that as an option, and you can always be here with your family in the US.